This week, Forbes Magazine released its list of the most stressful jobs in America. Number one on the list, firefighters.
Still, there aren't that many major fires in Spokane, so you might be asking, when nothing's burning, what do firefighters do all day? Well, KXLY4's Melissa Luck has the answer in tonight's Good Question.
30,000 times a year, these fire trucks respond to emergencies in the city of Spokane. That's 82 calls a day for fire and medical emergencies. Still, these firefighters get asked all the time, what do you do with your downtime?
It's 8 in the morning at Spokane Fire Station 1. This is how most mornings begin. Trucks are washed, equipment checked, and turnouts lined up, waiting for the first call of the day. This is when we typically see them. A major fire with thick smoke and shooting flames. Or a life-threatening emergency when every second counts.
And sometimes you run 10, 11, 12 calls a day.
But most days are more like this.
So these close off all the spaces and you're putting air into that space. And
Lieutenant Kathy Baskin is an 18-year veteran of the Spokane Fire Department. Today, she's teaching Spokane Fire recruits how to save lives. If you call 911 for a medical emergency, the Spokane Fire Department has to respond. Between those calls and the house fires, smoke calls, and car accidents, the department as a whole responds to 30,000 emergencies every year. That's 82 calls a day, and those calls aren't quick. The average house fire is a 2-hour and 13-minute call. The average medical emergency, at least a half hour.
if you're not running calls, you're doing reports. You're trying to keep up with the reports for the calls that you have. We do try to sleep at night, but sometimes you don't sleep at all.
And when they're not at real fires, they're training for them, burning buildings, cutting concrete, and diving into the chilly Spokane River. Because many of the skills these guys are learning now will be obsolete 20 years down the road.
There's new techniques, there's new technology out there that can kill us, and we all have to stay abreast on that because it's ever changing, and you lose those skills.
Yes, they do work out on the clock, but their job requires them to be in good shape. Yes, they eat meals here, but they pay for and cook the meals themselves. And we all eat lunch at work, right? But when the big call comes, it's better they're here than eating or sleeping at home. And for firefighters like Kathy Baskin, all the work and stress is worth it when she can say this.
I never really had a job before this that I could come home every day and feel like I really did something. It's really changed my life and my attitude towards life.
With this good question, I'm Melissa Luck, KXLY4 HD News.
We want to hear your good questions. What have you always wondered about, but we're afraid to ask? Just send your questions to goodquestion@kxly.com.